it's very clear what's going on. At no point, because he says we're not trading him.
Yep.
Okay, Niners, are you still in the process of talking to him about a contract? Are you potentially willing to change your current stance prior to the season starting? Very possibly, John Lynch says, we're not talking about that publicly. These two guys get together this week for a reason. It's like, all right, roster is set. We're going to start counting down and getting ready for a game. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little bit of a celebration vibe where it's like, these are our guys, and congrats to our guys, and boy, we're excited to go win. And I mean, the group, rightfully so, came out hot with like pow, 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 6, 7 in a row, Jauan Jennings questions, because it was time. It was time to press a little bit on like, guys, what's going on? And I mean, to John's best efforts, he'd like this to still sound like an injury and a holdout. He didn't run from the holdout thing, but he said, no, still hurt also. But it felt, it felt flimsy. It felt flimsy. And, I just don't buy that if the new money was there that Jauan wouldn't be at practice today.
Yeah.
And so it sounded uncomfortable.
Well, and the flimsy part, too, is the news that broke during the morning roast where Marquez Valdez-Scantling was claimed and signed, and he's brought in, and immediately he's like, yeah, Russell Gauge he's here. And the follow-up was, practice squad? No.
He's on the 53.
He's on the 53.
Yeah.
In other words, he's a receiver, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who is coming in, and if you claim somebody like that, and I don't even know if he was on waivers, if he was just a guy who was a street free agent based on his time served, he probably wasn't a waiver claim, but yeah, he's going to be on the 53 too. So yeah, Jauan, Calf, Cash, whatever it is, we just got 2 more receivers who are in the building and ready to go. So, yeah, go ahead and do what you need to do, Jauan.
If a lot of you just joined us, let's get you updated so you can hear what it sounded like. Here's John Lynch updating the Jauan Jennings situation.
Yeah, so Jauan's still working through his calf issue, making progress. We're kind of like everyone else, hopeful but not sure, on week 1. And, we'll proceed as such. And so we're working to get the best mix out there. We added a piece today, and in MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and thrilled to have him part of it. And we move forward.
Okay, so John, that was attempt 1. It's like, yep, the calf, we're working.
Yeah.
So everybody's working. So we're trying to get the calf. Oh, okay, so someone says, boy, this calf, whew, boy, this is a tough one, isn't it, guys? Do you guys need to maybe do another MRI or something to check out what's going on?
You don't image a guy like daily, so that's something that happened a little bit ago. And, if it doesn't get better soon, I'm sure we'll be doing more of that.
Is it worse than you originally had thought it was going to be?
Yeah, but I also, calves can take a long time. That's one thing with that injury. Played with guys who they can take a while. So
is this maybe a little worse than you thought it was? Well,
calves can be tricky.
I didn't really think anything about it to begin with. So.
Yeah, and you don't image a guy every day.
No, not every day.
I mean, he hasn't practiced since the end of July, so I don't know. It's been a month, so maybe you want to image him again? I don't know.
Here's another good effort at it, and the media comes at, all right, John, let's pretend for a minute that at some point he is healthy. Calf, great. Then does he play?
Well, there's a lot that goes into that, Eric. Ideally, everybody has a training camp. Everyone's out there. That's a perfect world. But, he's been putting in work to the side, and we'll have to make that judgment when the time comes. The other thing is both things can be true. He wants a new contract and he's got a hurt calf. So I think people want to assume one or the other. Both things can be true.
So the first insinuation.
Yeah, shout out Ralph Barbieri. Rest in peace.
What's up, Ralph? Yeah, rest in peace.
2 things can be equally true.
They can be, but not necessarily in this case.
Right.
My read, I don't know Jauan's body. Don't want to say something about someone that I don't know, but I'm just reading the room. I'm listening to what I'm listening to in the tone. And so John first starts to basically say, if he is healthy, well then, now we got to rely on the ramp up. I don't know if he's going to be ready for a game, but then voluntarily goes, by the way, I do want to go ahead and admit to you that, yes, this is also about his contract. So two things can be equally true. Oh, you don't say, John. Okay, says the media. Has he requested a trade?
A while ago he did, but that was a long time ago, and we've moved on from that.
That was during camp, or was it before?
I'm not getting into when it was, but it was a while ago.
Yeah. I'm not getting into when it was.
Right. And that was Tim Kawakami with the follow-up.
When, John? Well,
I'm not getting into it.
At some point.
And then he went on to say, we're not doing that, which I don't want to jump all your sound that you have. But
No, I only got one more. And,
fire it.
Here, hey, John, what'd you say about it? A trade request?
No, he asked for it, and we've moved on. And we're not doing that, so we're moving forward.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
So we're moving forward. And that to me was, one of the biggest takeaways where, trades are happening now and trades can happen now where cut down day is gone and you do have teams that are like, oh boy, we could use a receiver, but we're not doing that now. So that tells me that they've had the conversation. They shopped him, Jauan and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. They poked around and the Niners didn't get back anything they thought was worthwhile. So you're not doing that. So now you get to this spot where there's a game in 11 days now.
Good Lord, is that what it is?
11 days, yeah. Sunday, right? A week from Sunday. And so, all right, Jauan, either you come play football, and if your calf is really that bad, let's see it, and maybe we will do more imaging. Or if you don't, we got MVS, we got Gauge, we got Pearsall, we got Sky Moore. We'd rather have you. But if you don't want to play on the deal that we've already offered you and given you, then what are we even doing here?
You know what we have on the 49ers? We have Ricky Pearsall, and then we have the entire 11th round of fantasy drafts from 2 years ago. That's who the 49ers have.
I thought you were going to say like the Kansas City Chiefs alumni team.
It's a little bit.
Sky Moore and MVS.
And MVS, yes, although these guys are all alumni of a number of places.
And DeMarcus Robinson.
And DeMarcus Robinson, right, although not available week one. Like week one could be Ricky Pearsall, and 2 years ago, the 11th round. Sky Moore was a second-round rookie, and people were like, ooh, he's got Patrick Mahomes thrown to him. I got a sneaky pick. I'm going to go with Sky Moore. And Russell Gauge was WR3 in Atlanta. Like
about 3 years ago?
Yeah, they hucked that thing around there a little bit. I don't know if Matt Ryan was still there or whatever, but like Julio Jones, hey, don't forget about Russell Gauge late in your little late round flyer. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Ooh, he's a deep threat in Green Bay. And then he went to Kansas City. Good quarterbacks. I like those guys. That's who the Niners have now. And it might only be week one. It could be week two, but what would you do now if you're Jauan? The only question that didn't get asked, and I understand why it didn't get asked, because I don't know that you would have gotten a great answer out of it, but you might have tried because they really did try to hit a bunch of angles. Hey, is this the calf? Well, yeah, working through it. Isn't this something? Well, that could be true also. And was he going to play next week? Well, I don't know. We're working through it. This is 4 days after Kyle Shanahan's like, yep, he'll be ready for week one. So it's very clear what's going on. At no point, because he says we're not doing that. We're not trading him.
Yep.
Okay, Niners, are you still in the process of talking to him about a contract? Are you potentially willing to change your current stance, his current deal, prior to the season starting? Now, very possibly, John Lynch says we're not talking about that publicly. But it might have been nice to hear someone try, because they drew a line in the stand. We're not trading him. I wonder if they would have also drawn a line in the sand. No, we're not. The season's here, and we're not discussing contracts for anybody. I wonder if they would have done that. I wonder if that's where they are.